A very warm welcome to you, and thank you so much for joining our Homeopathy 24/7 podcast. We are going to be speaking to an array of international guests who will share their knowledge and experiences of homeopathy with you. We will discuss all types of subjects such as remedies, symptoms, and stories of health. No matter where you are with your homeopathic journey, we aim to inspire you on your quest to natural health and living. The podcast is brought to you by Mary Greensmith, the founder of Homeopathy 24/7, which is a global platform connecting you with a homeopath wherever you are in the world, 24 hours a day. So let's get started with today's chat. Please welcome Mary Greensmith.
Welcome. It's lovely to see you all. Thank you so much for joining us. And I'm really pleased to be able to welcome back Gitanjali Goel. Lovely to see you, Gitanjali. How are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you for inviting me again. I am so happy to be here sharing my knowledge with all the people because one of my main mission is to spread the awareness about homeopathy and how homeopathy can bring its magic and make people all good and healthy.
It's so good, isn't it? Just to be able to talk about it and to be able to share some of our experiences and be able to just inspire a few people to try it.
Definitely.
And we are going to talk about phosphorus, which I'm really excited about because it's one of my very favourite remedies. Why did you choose phosphorus?
I chose phosphorus because phosphorus is one of those remedies that immediately draws attention, not just because of its physical symptoms, but because of the sheer brilliance of its personality. In fact, understanding the personality of phosphorus is crucial to prescribing it effectively because in homeopathy, we don't treat the disease, we treat the person behind the disease.
You're absolutely right. And of course, phosphorus is such a distinct personality, isn't it? Let's talk a little bit about what is phosphorus.
Yeah, phosphorus is a sensitive, radiant, and emotionally open individual, almost like a candle glowing in a dark room. And just like that candle, their glow can flicker or be extinguished by too much external influences. So basically, the core of phosphorus is light, love, and connection, but it comes with a fragility that must be protected. So if you ask me in more detail, I would say phosphorus types often come across as charming, enthusiastic, and highly responsive individuals. They love people and tend to form emotional bonds quickly. They are open hearted, magnetic, and carry a kind of effortless charisma that makes others feel safe and cherished. Whether it's a child offering hugs to strangers or an adult who lights up a dinner party with stories or laughter, phosphorus people live to relate. So, those are the main personality. This is the main personality of phosphorus. They are also highly sensitive, both emotionally and physically. They can feel things intensely. Maybe it is beauty, maybe sorrow, music, love. They are emotionally tuned in, almost like emotional sponges. They absorb the atmosphere around them. If someone in the room is anxious or grieving, they will internalize it, sometimes without even realizing it. This sensitivity, while it is beautiful, can also leave them feeling drained, anxious, or lost, especially when they give more than they receive. I tell you, I remember a client. She was a vibrant, artistic woman who loved to connect with people. She would cry at commercials, offer hugs to strangers, and volunteer at animal shelters on weekends. But after any social event, even a lunch with friends, she would come home exhausted, emotionally wiped out, and riddled with anxiety. She told me, it's like I soak up everyone's else energy and then I have none left for myself.
It's really interesting, isn't it? Because it's exactly, and when we see it in a person, it really helps bring it to life, doesn't it?
Yes, definitely.
We know that they are really high energy people, but like you said, describing it as being a sponge is just perfect because you speak to some people and they say, no, I can't go into that old building because I feel everything, and they sort of quite often don't know what they feel, but
Yes.
they feel vibes, whether they're present, whether they're from the history, whatever they are, they're picking up on
Yes.
everything.
Very easily. They pick up other people's energies very, very easily. Yeah, so that was the another. I want to talk about another key feature about phosphorus, which is the intense fear of illness or impending disease. So,
Okay.
fear is one of the hallmark emotional state of phosphorus. These are people who will anxiously Google their symptoms, like for every little thing, like they will go to Google Doctor, and they become deeply shaken by someone else's diagnosis. So we can describe this state as a fear of impending disease, not necessarily from logic, but from a deep intuitive dread that something is wrong with them. So
That's
yeah,
it's that's really interesting, isn't it? Because that is a symptom that I would associate with arsenicum. So how can we differentiate between that phosphorus fear and that arsenicum fear?
Arsenicum is also very anxious. They will keep on thinking that I might have cancer, I might have a heart disease, even for the little symptom.
Yeah,
They can still, like, when someone is consoling them, or someone, like, when they see the test results, they can be pacified.
yeah,
But for phosphorus, it is difficult to pacify them even after they have seen the results. I tell you, I had a client who was convinced every minor symptom was a sign of something terminal.
yeah,
A sore throat for him meant throat cancer. A tight chest meant heart failure, but he Googled every sensation until 2 a.m. and couldn't be reassured, even when the normal tests were normal.
yeah.
So that struck me most was like the his desperation, and to not to be feel alone, because they need continuous reassurance. For Arsenicum, once they have seen the test results, they are like, okay, everything is fine with me. But
Yeah.
phosphorus, they need constant reassurance. So that's the difference between Arsenicum and the phosphorus.
Because of course, phosphorus are kind of ungrounded, aren't they? Whereas arsenicum is a very grounded person.
Yes.
Phosphorus kind of just floats up, don't they?
Yeah. And there is a reason behind it, because phosphorus, for the phosphorus, like their fear is rooted in logic, isn't rooted in logic.
Okay.
It is a visceral form of doom, like something is terrible, is just around the corner, and when that fear takes hold, it doesn't just stay in their mind; it spills over the body. Like everything has to flow outwards. Like they cannot contain anything in them. Like it just doesn't stay at the mental plane. It goes onto the bodily level as well.
That's really interesting because it's almost as if they don't have boundaries, isn't it?
Yes,
Either
really.
physical or emotional boundaries. So it can't hold it in. Whereas an arsenicum person is quite rigid and they look after themselves, don't they?
Yes.
Whereas a phosphorus person can't really look after themselves
No, but they need
because
someone. They
they,
need someone always. Like they need that connection. They need the love
yeah.
all the time. Like, yeah.
And of course, control must come into it because arsenicum is all about control, and phosphorus doesn't even understand the word control, do they?
Yes. Yes, you are totally right. And it all happens because there is another theme of diffusion, like that is the more important in phosphorus. Like if we think about diffusion in science, basically it is spreading out of particles from high concentration to low one. Phosphorus behaves similarly on an emotional and energetic plane. Their emotions spread, their energies dissipate, and their boundaries are often blurred. So that's why they can see the boundaries. They cannot have the boundaries. So this lack of containment leads to overwhelm. A simple stressor doesn't stay in one place. It spread. It spreads into nervous system, into their digestive system, into their heart. Phosphorus may start with a fear or anxiety, and soon the body is responding in the form of either palpitations, burning sensations, or there can be even collapse. Like I tell you an example of one of my client, like a teenage girl I treated. She lost her voice completely every time she had an argument with her mom. So there was no cold, no infection, just emotion shutting down the throat. That's not just a larynx issue, it was the energetic boundary breaking down, and she was losing her voice.
That's really interesting, isn't it? And you're absolutely right in that we know that our emotional state creates our physical state. And that is a real good example, isn't it, of how the body, the emotional turmoil creates a physical symptom.
Yeah, that's why it's really important in homeopathy. Like, we do not just focus on the physical symptom. We need to figure out from where it is coming out. What is the root cause behind it? What happened right before when you got the symptom?
Yeah.
So, like, if we keep on treating the larynx with the other symptoms, like other things, like the voice is not there, she might having the sore throat. We are thinking, no, she's not having sore throat, and we keep on giving other remedies. It's not going to affect.
No, exactly right, because it's a symptom, but it's not like if anybody else had a sore throat, it's totally different. And it needs the different remedy.
Yeah, because phosphorus can also lose their voice because of the not just the emotional symptom, but because of the physical symptom. When they have a very bad sore throat, like usually when they have cough and cold, one of their symptoms is they cannot speak. Their larynx is so raw. It hurts when they speak. Like, that is a physical symptom too. So we really need to differentiate. Is it coming because of the emotional symptom or for the physical symptom, even in the same remedy, not in the two different remedies?
Okay. Yes. Yeah. That's really, it's just so fantastic, isn't it? How we need to collect the information from here, we needed to collect it from there, and we need to just put it all together in order to find this remedy. And we use phosphorus a lot, don't we?
Yes, a lot, like multiple times. Like, even I have used phosphorus multiple times in my life. Like, when I was starting my homeopathic school, at that time only, like, I found phosphorus very fascinating, and I found many symptoms of like kind of gel with the phosphorus symptoms, like symptom picture. So it's really a fascinating remedy, and the more important thing is that it's a very big emotional remedy. Like, you cannot really treat a person who is phosphorus if you do not understand that person emotionally, because phosphorus, like, is a person like where there is a leakage of energy. Their aura is very porous. So we really need to understand phosphorus fears, phosphorus anxieties, because they cannot stay in one place. It just cannot stay mental. It will spread into every fear. Like, it can turn into trembling, palpitation, sudden drop in energy. And like, even like if there is some thunderstorms is a biggest fear for phosphorus. Whenever there are thunderstorms, they get scared. And the anxiety about before a thunderstorm, it can turn into migraines, diarrhea, breathlessness. So, like, we really need to understand from where this migraine is coming from. Like, people get migraines all the time, but from where it is, that is more important, because anxiety before a thunderstorm has triggered it. So basically, their deep emotional stress can affect their lungs, causing coughs or even bleeding. Since we're talking about bleeding, like, I would like to say that phosphorus is one of our main hemorrhagic remedies. Bleeding that is bright red, spontaneous, and excessive is a clear keynote of phosphorus. So
we use it quite a lot, don't we, after surgery or after teeth surgery, and for remedies like that. But just going back quickly to the thunderstorms, if anybody listening has got a dog who suffers during thunderstorms, then consider phosphorus, because it's also got, as well as the fear of thunderstorms, it's got intense emotion with really loud noises.
Yes.
And if you've got a high energy dog that just exudes the emotion, the energy, the vibrance, that
before
might be a
fireworks
remedy
too. Before fireworks too.
Yes.
There are fireworks, like one pill of phosphorus to your dog, like can make them calm down, and it is very, very helpful.
And you know if it's worked or not.
Yes.
My dog, who has had phosphorus for fireworks and phosphorus for thunderstorms, now has to have phosphorus when we turn the barbecue on. Now,
Oh,
I don't know why, but it must make a sound that we can't hear or something.
yes.
But she will have the heart palpitations, she will be dribbling, she will go and hide, and you give her the remedy, and then she'll come out as if nothing is wrong. And it's instant. It's
Yes.
amazing.
It's amazing. Yeah. And especially like it is important to understand that it is not a slow methodology, like where people think that homeopathy works very slow.
Yeah.
But I have seen tons of examples where homeopathy works like this.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. And actually, some remedies work slower and at different paces. Phosphorus is it is yeah, and for asthma and things like that, it's a really, really useful remedy because when you are suffering, you can't breathe and you need something to work now.
Yes, definitely. Definitely.
So if the symptom fits and it's the right remedy, it's a really good remedy that's going to give you instant. So aren't we just lucky to have homeopathy? I just can't imagine life without it. Can you?
No, not at all. Everywhere I go, I carry my homeopathic remedy kit.
Yeah.
People often ask me, like, if I'm traveling, like, what about they are going to put my remedy kit through that X-ray machine?
Mm-hmm.
Nothing happens to them. They are so strong.
They are much stronger than we can ever imagine, aren't
Yeah. Yeah, like I carry them everywhere. Everywhere I go, it is in my car, it is in my bag, like in my purse, like everywhere I keep homeopathic remedies. Whatever I open, there will be homeopathic remedy.
Oh, it's very interesting. And I've started saying to people, actually, buy two of those when you buy that, because then you can have one in your bag and one in your house.
Yes.
Because we do that, don't we? We take it out, we take it with us, especially if it's a fear-related remedy. If it's a remedy that you're going to need when a certain situation happens, you need a kit for the car, don't you?
Yeah. And it can immediately diffuse the situation, whatever you're facing.
Diffuse is a really useful word for phosphorus, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah, the diffusion.
Yeah. It is. Everything about phosphorus is that. Let's just go back and talk about that lack of groundedness with phosphorus, because we often find them quite erratic people, don't we?
Yes, they are, because they cannot really like contain anything. Like basically, they cannot hold anything inside their head only. It has to flow outside. Like their burnout, like when they are mentally stressed, mentally cannot take anything, or when they're scared or overstimulated, their energy doesn't stay in their mind. It spills into the body in the form of various things. Like it can be burning sensation, it can be all gone sensation in their stomach or in their chest. There can be sudden loss of voice, as I just gave you an example of one of my client. And there is a tendency towards bleeding. Like it can be nosebleed, it can be bleeding gums, it can be bleeding of the intestinal tract, like the mucous membranes of intestines might be bleeding, and it can quickly cure the bleeding diarrhea, like the dysentery. So yeah, there is restlessness. There can be weakness after exertion. They are very susceptible to infections as well. So basically, it is all of this is happening because of their fear. Because what starts for them as an emotional intensity, it becomes physical fragility. This is why treating the emotion is not optional. It is central to their healing.
Yeah.
So it is very, very important. Basically, when they need time and then nourishment to recover. I give you another example. One of my clients, like who it was a child. It was a typical phosphorus case. He was very warm, talkative, loved stories, and greeted me with hug during every session. And but during thunderstorms, he would cry uncontrollably, clutching his mom, trembling, and he always used to get nosebleed every time it rained heavily. And he also could have a craving for ice cold water, like typical us. He wanted ice in his water.
Yeah.
And I'm also the same way. I also always want ice in my water. I can drink plain water. But the moment he drank it, he would vomit. It was bizarre to his pediatrician, but to me, it confirmed the remedy. He was
Yes.
typical phosphorus case.
Yeah.
So phosphorus is like they for them, like their anxiety, their fear, their need for love, their need for connection, that becomes all the physical symptoms for them. So basically, I always say this need for connection, um, it doesn't come like alone, like it comes with a cost of overexposure for them. So phosphorus, like they have a big need for love,
Yeah.
touch, reassurance. But that same openness that makes them loving also makes them highly susceptible to rejection, fear, overstimulation. And when this happens, they become clingy, anxious, and even hysterical when left alone. And they sense certain kind of danger. This is why they do so well when they are treated with warmth, company, and gentle care. It helps contain their scattered energy. And yet, their light always wants to shine again. But when you will give them the right remedy, the right environment, and they come back glowing. So basically, I would say phosphorus teaches us about the beauty and risk of openness. It is a remedy for those who give too much, feel too deeply, and carry the word's emotions as their own emotions. So when we see this diffusion, I'm coming back to the same word diffusion here again,
Yeah.
in symptoms, personality, and energetic patterns, it is a strong sign that phosphorus may be needed. So it is all about their emotional boundaries.
Yes, boundaries is a really good word, isn't it? And I love the fact that when we quite often, if we see a child, as you explained, and we see that it's phosphorus, it's one of those remedies that quite often only one dose is needed.
Yes.
And it makes it just settles everything altogether.
Everything. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Beautiful. Yeah.
I love the analogy of phosphorus being a match, burning really brightly, but then it can get burnt out. And
Yes.
when it burns out, we've got the polarity of absolute opposite of that
Yes.
effervescence energy.
Yeah.
And then, as you said before, it wants to light up again. It
Yes.
wants to go again, and it's back to being vibrant and which goes to show that it might be a remedy for people who suffer from bipolar and have that effervescent energy or nothing,
Yes.
and then come back at different times.
Yes, definitely. Because you said it very right that it is all about the polarity. Like they are at a positive side, and then the same symptom becomes the negative for them. They want there is a strong aversion to being alone. They don't want to left alone, and they feel better in company. But which again ties back to their emotional dependency on connection. But at the same time, they start feeling worse after being touched, yet better from emotional support. It is a fascinating contradiction that they
Yes.
want closeness, but are easily overwhelmed. Like they just cannot handle too much closeness either.
Yeah.
They always want company, but okay, just step away from me now.
Yes, absolutely. So Don't you just love it? For me, homeopathy allows us to understand other people because we're not looking from a judgmental point of view. We're looking from a curiosity. Oh my goodness, look at this. I can see this remedy in every pore in your body.
Definitely. Yeah.
Yeah, it just lights up, doesn't it? How important it is for us to go into a room, to go into a conversation, to go into a relationship with such an open curiosity. Why do you use those words? Why do you say things that way? Why do you see things or hear things in a way that's totally alien to me? Because we're all so different.
Yes, it's
And
all about personalities. Yeah.
our differences are everything.
Yes. And that makes us unique. That makes us everything. Like we cannot be same. All people cannot be same, because if everyone is same, there is no color to it. It is so like monotonous, like you don't want it.
Yeah.
So basically, it's all about learning personalities when we are learning about homeopathy. So learn about the personality of the remedy, and you will be able to crack the case quickly. That's what I say. So for I would like to add there, the healing with phosphorus is about restoring boundaries,
Yeah.
rebuilding inner warmth without depletion, and helping the person reclaim their radiance without burning out. So, when we treat a phosphorus case, we are not just targeting burning stomach pain or frequent infections, we are treating the exhaustion of overgiving, the fear of isolation, and the emotional fragility of someone who feels everything too much. So, healing phosphorus means restoring boundaries, containing the light, and helping that person shine without burning out. And often, once they feel held, safe, supported, their symptoms begin to dissolve. Their fears lessen, and their body strengthens, and their voice returns back.
Gitanjali, it has been a real pleasure just going through the complexities of remedies. And I think this remedy is a fantastic remedy for people to understand the complexity of homeopathy, isn't it?
Yes, definitely.
Thank you so much. It's been so lovely talking to you. I hope you can come back soon.
Yes, I will definitely. And I might be coming to the webinars we are holding in September. So I will see you again during that time.
You
And
will
thank you for having me
indeed.
today.
And for everybody listening, we've got a 3-day homeopathic conference in September, and we look forward to welcoming you all live to meet all of our team of homeopaths. Thank you so much.
Thank you for having me.
I do hope you've enjoyed these episodes, and I do hope you can subscribe to our channels. Now, there are various ways for you to listen to our podcast or watch it on video on YouTube. So whether it's iTunes, Spotify, or YouTube, please do subscribe and please do leave us a review. If you leave us a review on these platforms, then more people will see our podcast. We just want more people to share the joy of homeopathy. It's a choice that everybody should know about. Please do everything you can to help us help more people.
We hope you enjoyed today's episode and look forward to listening to our next one. Please don't forget to follow our podcast on your chosen channel, and please do leave us a review so we can continue to share homeopathy with as many people as possible. If you do have any questions, please do reach out to us on any of our social platforms mentioned in the show notes. We at Homeopathy 24/7 hope to empower you on your natural health journey.